Alright, so we gotta go back into town. Am I holding on to any points? No. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this hard. Well, let me see what happens with the basement thing. Is there a section of the basement I haven't found my way into? It's literally just got... That's the one where I'm bad at flashlights. So we'll do that first. I doubt that's going to give me enough experience to get in, so I think we're going to have to scum the authority check with our boy. And then I can try to go for the measurehead beatdown. So I don't think I backed down from... If I did back down from it before, I thought there was more than one chance for it. Okay, yeah, we need the cursed exit here. And we need the flashlight. I just played last night. How am I forgetting what the buttons are? Here we go. Tools. Alright. I literally just needed to shine this at the right part over here. Ah, we got it. Okay. It would help if you just fucking interact with this shit, my man. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. There's a lot of busted guns here. What are you?
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Okay. Look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yeah.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
We got rifles, boys.
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
This old bell in the grave looks okay.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
Lieutenant Whistle says he admires the rifle. His eyes are gleaming. Wasn't that the same gun that fired the fatal bullet?
It's the same type of weapon, yes. A breech loader. But it's not the same gun.
Okay.
This one's been out of order for years. I'm afraid our search for the real murderer...
Alright, well, rip that plan. What does this mean? A rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit...
A rifle? Here?
...lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Alright. Broken bell engraved from ages past. It's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. Okay. Anything else in there?
A few bricks have fallen off.
Alright, well, we found our way in here. There were two things. It wasn't as interesting as I'd hoped. Okay, now to fail this check a bunch. Unless I can present the rifle to them to maybe get myself a little bit more of a buff. Oh, yeah. Wrong thing. Do I have any authority clothing whatsoever? I think we have the hat. Or do I have anything that's removing authority is the question. Yeah, okay, those gotta go. Flashlight can go. That's fine, okay. Don't know why that double dipped. Alright. Oh, Kingdom of Conscience was okay. Yeah, so the what pluses that don't see aren't for a stat. I learned are for specific thought unlocks. They speed them up a little bit. Okay. Composure. Do that. Actually, maybe we won't do that. Okay. Feels like the best we're going to do for authority. Unless... yeah, earning the experience for it is probably unlikely given how much we have done.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. Again.
Good.
About fucking time.
Well, it's better than it was. I'll take 28. This is going to probably take a few rerolls.
This time it's going.
If we weren't on the time crunch, I would find ways to earn the experience to do this, but... what? Bro, what are you doing?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
This time.
This should hopefully be the last scum we need to do.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
This time.
What are the rolls hitting at? I didn't even see them. Am I just not paying attention?
The circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
This time it's going to work. You already.
Come on, baby.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still
I
here.
didn't want to scum this, but whatever.
This time it's going to work.
Like, what do I guess we need like a 10 or better at this rate, so okay. I see, so the morale healing is coming, that's why I'm not seeing the dice roll.
Circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
This time it's going to work.
Looks like the circus left town.
Come on, this time it's going to work. This time it's going to work. This time it's going to work.
Starting from the right.
Oh, God damn it.
Sit up and In on his. Let's call this one in. Off in conclusion. Exact.
The fuck is with you, fella?
This time it's.
Okay, that was an 8. Yeah, it's got to be a 10 or 11. Fucking...
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
But this will also get us access to the... This should lead to access to the basement. Come on. I'm trying to remember how many times we retried the bunker door to compare, but...
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns.
How many
are
times
still
has the circus left town today? Come on, baby.
This time it's going to work.
No!
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
As you look around,
We got there. Okay.
sweaty men swearing,
This was the one big check we had to clear,
spitting out
I
tobacco.
think.
Does this look familiar?
Where have I seen this before?
You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men. Sitting on desks, talking shit, and wasting time.
Get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here. You must be. You're just like real cops, drinking beer and sitting around with your dicks in your hand.
You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
Or like the jerking off one. No, I'm also a big fan of beer and jerking off instead of helping people.
You saying we don't help people? I've been doing this job for 10 years. Martinez was a dump before we put this outfit together.
Alright. Let's go.
They don't know, man. They weren't here. We had 3 shootings a week, kids dead, fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal.
Smart ass.
See, is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
He picks the beer back up.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick.
It's not about who did it, it's about the victim. She needs help.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it
Finally.
but on his terms.
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you help her. But you treat her with respect.
Always do.
If you don't,
You gotta respect women.
question her, harass her. A freight train of pain, buddy.
What is her name?
Lieutenant takes out his notes.
Glacia, I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags. A real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's Amonju with an O-U.
Is that the woman from the beginning?
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop.
Glacia?
Yeah. Blonde. Tall. 2 rooms over from yours.
Miss Orange, did you say the answer?
Why not? You've probably seen her around.
I think that made it worse. Alright. Keep your cool.
You innocent,
I can't believe we made that. Sexy 12, thank you.
but no one notices. Your spine is too damn straight. None of these people would ever suspect you've met her. Calm. Normal. Try to forget this little hiccup.
Alright. What was her relationship with the mercenary?
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship.
Something is off here. His anger is possessive.
I think something was up between those
It
two.
was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
Is it though? When did the incident happen?
We did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
He crushes his half-empty beer can.
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
He turns to Glenn.
Here you go, boss.
Tall blonde throws him a can. Titus cracks it open. What is your relationship with her?
I know her.
He looks around and an uncommon silence fills the room.
How well do you know her?
A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth. He has a hunch about what knowing means.
Well enough, Copper. We party. She's been here for a few months.
He crosses his arms.
He tries to make it sound real casual, but the muscles on his neck tighten.
So she's not from around here.
You mean Revachol? Nah. Our Miss Aranye disco dancer is an immigrant.
Aranya, sorry, I mispronounced that earlier.
of some sort. Been staying over here over the winter.
Okay.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all.
That's cool, Angus.
Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent.
You said you partied. What did you mean?
What do you think I meant?
Karaoke?
Yeah, tons of it. All the songs.
So you're saying the two of you were close?
No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
Fair enough.
He's doing a good job here. A commendable performance of I don't give a shit.
Alright. I think I know her.
You don't know her.
Say nothing.
Good boy.
Alright. Thank you. We'll talk to her.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
Alright. I'm gonna just
Again?
drop into this.
Yeah.
I just want to make
whatever.
sure to clear that so we know not to go back in there later. Alright.
Cleaning out the room.
I wanted to see what this one even was.
What if you didn't lose your memory? What if something in Martinez came and stored it all away, for you to slowly open one box at a time, so you can choose which parts to keep? Keep almost none of it. Only the flowers on the windowsill. Only the distant sound of a radio. Lose all the actors, the dark shadows. Leave only the still lifes, the blissful distant wash of waves. If everybody knew, you never did. She'll be coming soon. That is all.
Suggestion Inland Empire. Oh, that would have been great to get earlier, but okay. Absolutely hanging on to that. I'll take a triple bonus. Okay, was there anything screaming? Because I think I was going to push magnesium out. Hardcore aesthetic. Oh, yeah, we never did do that. Yeah, okay, I'm going to... I want to ditch... Oh, okay. -2 interfacing, that's fine. Yeah, let me... I'm going to ditch... Do I have a point yet? Okay, when we get a point, I want to ditch interfacing for... Alright. Look at that. Can I look at that?
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. You see 2, maybe 3.
There it is. We had to talk to him first to get this, too.
Over a period of circa 50 years. It takes time for a hedge like that to form. There's a yellow
I was going to say, if we failed that, I was going to scream.
light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket, hanging from it, a bronze key.
Alright.
Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it easier to find.
Smart.
It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
Someone hid a key in the bush. Alright. Titus, can you hand the key to me, please?
I'm not your janitor, cop. I don't even know what you're talking about. There's nothing there.
If he says it's there, it's there.
The lieutenant takes his glasses off to clean them, then puts them back on. Can you let me slide by so I can grab the thing?
I don't know about that. I'm comfortable here. Don't think any sliding would really help right now.
I want to kick at least one of your asses.
Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that. The Hawthorne's got a bitch of a bite.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up.
Thank you, Theo.
Open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch and slides it across the table to you.
At least one of you isn't a complete asshole.
Brass. Workshop spare is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Thanks, buddy.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in?
I'm tired of listening to your shit.
I love you, Theo. Alright. Thank you.
Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
Alright. Anyone know why this cube's hanging right outside the Union box window?
I didn't even know it was there. Boys.
No idea.
You may genuinely not know.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place.
I wonder what the doors does it open.
Could open the door in the kitchen.
Please be the blue door.
It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there?
It's worth a try.
Let's go. Alright. Fucking A right. Saving the shit out of that. Alrighty.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
If you say so.
The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it.
Fuck yes.
These years. But then, the lock clicks. Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? Haunted by regal spirits from distant ages. No. Smells like engine grease and cut wood. A workshop.
Alright. We're in. What you got? Pinball says Franco-Nigerian. The theme is horses and swords. Wait, there's Pinball? Pinball's white Diora. Backlash shows a female figure in mourning. Note, NB, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner of the room window. Okay. What's in the box? $5. Alright.
Over there, in the corner.
A pinball machine?
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it. Lit. A phrase almost synonymous with the Insulindian pinball scene. Any pinball scene, really.
Kim, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
Wait, you played it?
A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Well, let's take a closer look.
Oh, great.
The lieutenant sighs.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin-operated. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
Alright, then closer to read the text.
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Windy. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
Let's look at the field.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield.
Thanks, goats.
All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain.
That's cute.
Areas around the playfield represents Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
What's with all the goats?
Indeed. Think of them as balls.
All right.
It takes a while to
This
get
rules.
the rhythm, but pretty soon you're
Oh, there's an achievement for it too.
goat-faced balls in play with relative ease. Go, go, finger boy.
I feel sorry.
Don't call me finger boy.
If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
Wait, what kind of guy was he?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot.
Oh.
in his travels. A masked nationalist.
A racist mountaineer?
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
That is not cool.
He also hit his wife.
Oh, what a piece of shit.
Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man. But you seem to be having fun.
He nods at the machine. I'm pretty good at this.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3.
Hell yeah.
A special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Concentrate and aim for the narrow passage.
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy.
Don't I know?
To their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through. Tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine. Something
What?
glass. The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
Oh.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid nihilistic finale.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start
That's a cool gimmick, though. It's like the feathers in I
nothingness.
think it's called Turkey Shoot.
This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next.
I thought they were doing it with the armor gloves on, too.
Last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death. You're in a perfectly balanced system where neither you nor the pal is able to get the upper hand. This could go on forever.
Kim, it can be done. Just watch.
I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then it's all over.
Only the tension in his posture betrays his interest.
We'll go for it. If we fail it, I'm fine with that, but...
With automation,
Ooh!
you keep the final goat ball in play, reacting to the tiniest stimuli, floating in the flow state. The fog is clearing, and suddenly
Harry, much better at pinball than I ever have been.
Gordy Ball is lit.
Huh?
A panel opens up at the top of
Huh.
the playfield, and a new ball charges downhill. It's larger than the goats and matte black. Cornelius spell the white letters running across.
How would you even have time to read that?
So
It is a bigger ball, yeah.
It immediately knocks the last goat into the abyss, then proceeds to bounce all across the board as if carried
This is
by
glorious.
some
This is so unnecessary, and I love it.
High score, announce the speakers, and the whole machine lights up. Then the flippers retract, leaving a perfect
Oh, the run through the hair there. That's great.
goats backstage. Cornelius vanishes, and the machine powers off.
That's amazing.
He sounds a little out of breath. I think I won, Kim.
You didn't just win. No one I know has ever beaten Gordy's goats. That is a monumental achievement, Detective.
Who's the king of pinball, Kim?
Congratulations, Your Highness. That was really impressive. The machine needs a good service before anyone else can even attempt it again.
All right. I think it's time to move on.
Yes. Good times.
The lieutenant gives Cornelius, Gertie, and the mountain goats one last look.
Once again, the machine becomes one with the dust and the darkness. Life has left it, unlikely to ever return.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Oh.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played.
Run your finger across the dust of the white Diora machine.
Back to life any moment, the lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
Alright, what's white Diora?
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
Correct.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
Sounds like, how about we fire one of these bad boys up and play some ball?
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist pinball.
What a dumb
Oh, we haven't even tried that.
Royalist pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball, Kim.
Oh, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He doesn't. Kim.
I was gonna say, if I fail, like, Encyclopedia one. Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka Kimball?
Exactly. That's what he's known as. His reputation precedes him.
Hey, Kimball.
What?
You're Kim Pinball Kitsuragi.
So now he remembers.
He looks at you in the silence of the workshop, then takes his glasses off and cleans them.
Fine. I'm Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka the Kimball. You remembered. Congratulations.
You don't seem to really like pinball.
No human being should. It is a game that requires no skill and a childlike affinity to flashing lights and to fantastic, science fiction, and historic romance franchise. It is lame.
Then why are you called Pinball?
I am not called Pinball. It was used to taunt me a long time ago, before I became a homicide detective and got my lieutenancy.
How did you...
Fine. I was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years. It's how I started out in the RCM. Once I had to infiltrate a pinball ring, as you do when you're a juvie cop.
Okay.
It was not okay. I needed to become a pinball champion.
Oof.
I trained for 9 months. The job was successful and I was moved out of the juvenile wing to homicide. End of story.
You were a juvie cop for 15 years?
That time is over now. I was already a 38-year-old man. It was unbecoming, as was playing pinball.
Damn.
So that's why he doesn't want to talk to Kuno. Trauma and stressor disorder from being a juvie cop.
Wait, so that's why you didn't want to talk to Kuno?
It's best if you handle the juvenile delinquents.
Okay. Don't worry, I'll keep calling you Kim.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is good too. Now, we really need to continue our sweep of what appears to be a secret path through the whirling.
Alright, anything else in here? Besides that exit. Also, I never saw if that other pinball machine was playable. I don't even know if we looked at it. I feel like we looked at it visually, but yeah, that's the one, I think, the Royalist one, yeah. If we did play it, I probably failed at it.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Smells of
take a
nipple
peek.
and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in.
How handy.
The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88.
Oh, goddamn. Look at the controls.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descente, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken.
Of course.
A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long, long time ago.
Alright, so the last maintenance was in 88.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
This elevator was maintained in the future?
No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century.
So it's not a message from the future.
I think the bureaucrats just forgot about this backroom elevator after the revolution.
Alright. I wonder what this elevator was used for.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark. Going up. Oh. Where's this? Small window taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. I guess it's more pinball work. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themes. Pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
This used to be a pinball workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
He taps his
A
foot.
creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the hearties bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. But this is all left over from that.
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice makers
Cool.
said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machine at some point.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
Could this mean that Whirling in Rags really is part of the Doom commercial area?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion.
Okay.
He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this. It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and God ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
If you say so. Okay. Alright, so we had a point. Also, I get the feeling we're going to end up talking to Colossia, so I feel like composure and empathy are probably what we want to be emphasizing. Maybe drama, but... So let me try wearing each of these real quick. Sometimes you get something.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party.
I like regular normal things.
I know you do. These inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this. That's for sure.
Fuck this central
You're a
shit.
little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be.
Oh no!
Makes sense. This is what wearing boring office trousers does to you.
Okay. Seeing if there was anything in the pockets, because I think we got something out of one of the jeans before. Alright. Thought I had more empathy stuff, but I guess not. Okay. Oh, what are the shoes we hadn't worn yet? Further up? Yeah, okay.
The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet?
You're right. Beautiful things do make people happy.
Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power. Crafting your style, draping your flesh in silk and leather, deciding how to present yourself to the world. Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, wearing these shoes has made you more liberal. Ultra liberal.
Ugh.
They're either a gateway drug or a booster pack to get you into free market ideology.
If I wasn't so confident in my communism, I'd be upset about that. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, communist 47. Yeah, I think we're okay. Alright. Tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side. Oh. What's that?
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Alright, someone's been here within the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum, from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
This is so good it makes him forget the whole pinball memory.
Good.
This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place.
You know it, baby. Okay, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
Alright, let's have a closer look then.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways. Shoe size is 41 to 42, maybe 43. It could be a large-footed woman or a small to average-footed man. This is, unfortunately, the worst, most vague shoe size.
Doesn't match the prints from outside, too, because there was that one set.
Damn.
Okay. The prints look like one person went back and forth.
Between that and that.
He points to the barred door. Okay. This print doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging, Kim.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
This doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Alright, we'll get up.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Alright, let's move on. Oh, drawer. Cabinet. Oh, hey, shirt. Oh, yeah, I wanted to start that thought, right? Oh, +1 empathy. Hell yeah! Dusty old coat used to belong to someone named M. Niflox. Oh, controller's getting weird. Name is stitched in its silk lining. It smells of moth and ancient engine grease, but fits you perfectly. A strange, lonely emotion fills you when you tighten the belt around your waist. We look good. Anything else around? Nope. And footprints. Save progress. Could have used that talking to Kuna. Alright.
The door is small but heavy looking. It's barred from the inside.
So, what's on the other side?
We've veered off into a folded M dimension. I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Glacia about this route. See how she reacts.
Folded M dimension. a reference to the popular science fiction series In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly.
And read so.
Science
Thank you.
fiction.
Okay. Alright, oh. Okay, yeah, so we wanted to start another thought. Yeah, magnesium-based life form would suck it. As much as I like the volition boost. Alright, seriously. Stop being that guy, alright. Alright, and we were gonna learn hardcore aesthetic. Commit to that. Oh, we got an ad in a minute anyway, so let's do that before we open the door. For a nice dramatic pause, and we'll be right back in 3 minutes. Alright, let's find out where this door goes. After I tab back in. Oh, nope, I want that thought. Smell of cigarette smoke in the air. Astra menthol. Look, a handful of dried white wildflowers.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest
Hell yeah.
falls into the wind. It's a maybell.
I'm a cool guy.
The young woman looks at the maybell in your hand. Just a glance. Then takes a drag of her cigarette.
Okay.
The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little nod.
He knows I'm cool. Cold coffee in an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. Don't ash your cigarettes out in Sonic. Thank you. Okay. Definitely saving with that done. Alright, and I guess we'll have a little chat here.
Welcome to the roof.
The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other.
Her hair is still slick from a shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
You have to be creepy about it.
Then toned
I mean, it's electrochemistry.
with years of self-defense training. You can sense it in the sharp pointing of her elbows.
Interesting.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to
Oh, I
wonder
guess-
if she ever will.
Maybe, I guess you could have busted through the room if you wanted to. Nice view you've got here.
It's much nicer now.
Her eyes wander north toward the yard.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
There is something in her light brown eyes, a sadness, when she thinks about the death of that man.
Alright. You mentioned a cleaning lady. I think I need one.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Disco Infernum.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
Oh.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I see you've already met my colleague.
Have I ever?
Also, this breaks my hypothesis that Sylvie on the phone was the rape victim, so that's,
My life. And I
I
have
guess, a relief?
Oh, yeah. Life gets hard, but we go on.
The chorus of the 35 single, megaphoning the entire human race, instills you with the fuck it all swagger that prompts one to plow into grannies on your morning stroll.
Alright. It's gotten pretty hard in the meantime, but I go on.
I can see that. I'm glad all this onward going has brought you to me.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette.
What could she be thinking of? It's hard to say. Her shoulders are relaxed, her eyes on the cigarette. It's like she's Disappointed this wasn't about more entertaining matters.
Alright. What is your name, miss, for the record?
Clausier Amondu,
And where are you from?
Vredefort, Republic of Oranje.
Wasn't the tattoo on the hanged man an Oranese map of the waterways? The thought begins to form in your head, then dissipates. Something for later.
Alright, what's Oranje?
The bad memory, officer.
Bad memory of what?
Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass, duraluminium. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. A night. At least it was for me.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
Alright. How old are you?
I'm 28.
She takes a drag. What do you do, miss? What's your specialization?
Something stupid.
What's that?
Oranese lit.
Oranese lit?
Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university.
She raises both eyebrows. What is Oranese literature about?
Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are. Only the name of the nation changes.
She ain't wrong.
What about Revacholian literature? People sometimes reveal things about themselves when they discuss such matters.
Revacholian literature too?
No. Revacholian lit is about how magnificent and serious Revachol is. It's about how you have to save the world.
Okay. I have no intention of doing that.
That's just a phase the Revacholian hero goes through.
She breathes in the menthol-flavored fumes, savoring it. Then breathes out before they plunge to full core humanity.
Before they plunge into full core humanity and world saving.
I mean,
She seems quite relaxed for a victim of assault. But, of course, what seems should not be your priority.
fair. Oranese lit. What do you do with it?
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
How do you make money then? Oh, I'll say cool.
It's not very cool, but what can you do?
Because money, that sounds a little too capitalist for me. Alright. Can we take a look at your passport, please?
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Okay.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast.
Ah.
Along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river.
Okay. How do I know you told us your real name?
If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausier Mondu. It's a weird name.
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
Alright. Pretty sure I have the legal rights to demand your passport, miss.
Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents.
That's fair.
I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street. And I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom.
There are plenty of other reasons for hiding your documents from the law.
That's not why you hid it, though.
It's also why I hid it.
Ah.
Yes.
He's suddenly very attentive.
I'm an unpopular girl. There are people back home who don't like me. If they show up, I'm in a hurry. The kind of hurry where you can't afford to not find your documents. But don't worry. This has nothing to do with your investigation.
What kind of people are these that don't like the ones that don't like you?
I would love to change the subject. It's not important. Unless I'm some kind of suspect.
No, we've just come to talk.
Phew.
She wipes her brow.
Playfully. She doesn't seem to be overly distressed. Or distressed at all, really.
Okay, then.
Okie dokie.
She pours herself more coffee.
If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or her movements.
Alright, thank you. That's it for the record.
The record. So official.
Nice room you've got here.
Yeah. It's pretty deluxe.
Okay. What are you doing there, here in the Whirling in Rags?
I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November.
Why here?
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol.
Let's just start from the top. here in the Whirling.
Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other buildings are bombed to hell. I'm wintering.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol. I heard this is where the washed-up disco has-beens go.
Alright. Okay. You're too young to call yourself a disco has-been.
I'm really not.
Okay.
I'm wintering.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol. I always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year. It's a tourist thing.
This is by far not the only reason she's here. And she isn't really hiding it either.
Alright. That door there, point to it. Did you know it leads to a downstairs elevator?
I did not. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led.
There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now.
Alright. It's an old pinball workshop. Room back there. Used to be a pinball arcade.
Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun.
Alright. There are tracks on the floor. They're recent.
Huh. This isn't good.
She's straight as a stick. Suddenly, she feels like quarry, encircled. Her eyes dart to the door.
There's a peephole on the other side looking into your bedroom.
A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall?
If nothing else, like, she can cover it up.
Looking into your bedroom, miss.
Lieutenant points to her window. The unmade bed is visible through the glass.
Okay.
There's a pause as she processes the information.
A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now.
Do you think this is somehow connected to me?
We don't know at this point.
Okay. Do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there?
Unfortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It should not be hard to cover with some tape.
If it is recent, who do you think made it?
Shit. I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know.
She does. She must have some idea.
I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there?
You must have some idea who might have been interested in making that hole.
Honestly, I have no clue.
Yet, maybe it's something she's keeping for a later move, when she's more sure of herself.
Okay, that's all for now. She flicks the ash from her cigarette absent-mindedly.
She's lost in thought. Eyes narrowed. Forehead furrowed.
Alright, I have other questions for you.
Okay.
Takes a pensive drag of her cigarette.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
Okay. I need to talk to you about your room again?
Yeah.
Nope.
Alright.
What is this wildflower?
She looks at the dried petals in your palm, then lightly touches one with her fingernail. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp, like a mini dagger. The petal crumbles on contact.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style?
Why was it there?
Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't know, officer. Because of the wind?
Alright. They tell us you were raped.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
It's not that early.
She looks around. The sun has risen over the sea.
It's 11:30, yeah.
Are rushing to work below.
It is. It's murderously early. I'm amazed I'm awake. Why am
I mean, this is how I feel when I'm awake at 11:38 in the morning, but anyway. So, were you?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
Oh.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Alright, reaction speed?
It's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
Jesus.
By they, she means the Hardy Boys.
Look at that, I figured.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
Titus asked you to spice things up for us?
Pretty much.
She cradles her coffee cup in both hands.
Warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
I mean, again, mood. What did happen between you and the victim?
We partied.
Wait, partied. Where have I heard that before?
A lot of partying going on.
From Titus? About her
Oh,
and
yeah.
Titus's relationship?
Duh.
That's where you heard it.
Okay. What kind of partying? Point to your bloated face. The kind that I do?
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
Harder than this? Keep pointing at your face. I didn't know it was physically possible.
Oh, it is. You're still alive.
What did you do
She's right.
when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
That's also why, one of the reasons it's cited for, why they made, alcoholic beverages ditch extreme caffeine levels, at least in the US, like Four Loko and all that. That's what they got killed by. You were lovers?
I guess you can say that, yes. A bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be.
How did you two meet?
Lieutenant's voice is quiet. Calm.
Downstairs. At the bar.
Pardon me.
He was on some sort of assignment. A military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
Okay, yeah, that was definitely the guy out back.
A month ago? Something like that.
Okay. Must have been hard for you, seeing him there.
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
Okay, so we figured out the caller, too. The call, reporting the hanging. That was you?
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Can do.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Okay. Caller's voice was disguised.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
Nicked it? How?
With nail clippers.
Oh, cool.
And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
She's good.
You were right to suspect there might be foul play involved with the broken phone line.
And in the process, you broke the landline downstairs.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying. Good catch. I appreciate the symmetry. Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
Seems you had some idea. That was nifty.
Thanks.
She manages a smile.
She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented on her bike repair skills.
So, why go through all the trouble?
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
Fair. What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age?
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe.
Okay.
I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about it. I don't know.
The delivery on this is perfect. Another puff, more nervous.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
Alright, what did they hang him for, if not rape?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military. Worked for Wild Pines. and against the union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
Alright. Why was there a bullet in his head?
Bullet? They shot him too?
I'm not picking up on any theatercraft here, sir. The pause is sincere.
So she didn't know about it either.
They stripped his clothes and they shot him?
You mean after they hanged him?
I'm confused, sorry.
So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss?
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender.
This is beginning to get...
Okay, maybe we can check in with Sylvie again after this.
And we don't like that. Where was she last Sunday night?
Where were you when this happened?
Cowering. I was cowering downstairs with Sylvie.
Okay. How do the Hardy Boys know you?
They're frequent guests. Downstairs, they have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now.
And how did you meet?
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
Did you party?
A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have.
Which one?
Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Alright. Thank you for telling us all this, miss. I know I'm not going to follow up on the sexual assault question any further than we already have.
The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
Okay. I had something else before we go. A little thing.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
It's a white check, but I kind of wish we hadn't ditched that magnesium life form now, but go for it.
She looks back. Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. We will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise.
Thanks, buddy.
You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit. Miss Araignée Disco Dancer. You want to put your hand on her back and feel it arch.
What's happening?
Nothing. Just time passing. Don't worry.
We're getting horny, clearly. But...
anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back to detecting.
Am I being beguiled?
She presses her elbows against her waist and slowly turns her head. Her hair brushes her shoulders, making a small hissing sound, almost imperceptible. The strange moment ends.
Okay.
It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
Let's return to this later, miss.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
Alright. I probably can't... I don't want to sip any more drugs. Trying to think. I don't think I have any Volition clothes either. I'm wearing the one thing... yeah, I think the bolo tie gives me a bonus, but... we have to let it ride, we have to let it ride. Do you want to scout her room, I guess? Bed has been hastily made.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Run your finger across the surface of the glass.
Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
This window was recently replaced.
Looks like it, yes.
Okay. That's weird. Okay. Doormat, that's how we get out. Okay. Can we look at it from the inside? Interesting.